I want to start with something that happens to me pretty often. Lots of people, close friends, will come up to me and say things like this. Hey Tian, you're so disciplined. You're lucky that you're born like this. You probably just have more time than me. And every time I hear that, I used to be offended. Now I realize that this is a belief, a conditioning, and I know how heavy this belief can be. See, when you believe discipline is something that you're born with, something that only lucky people can have, or something that appears when life finally becomes quieter, it quietly takes your power away. So now I tell them this, very honestly. This has nothing to do with luck. I wasn't born more disciplined. I definitely don't have more time than you. What I do have is a clarity about the kind of life I want to live, and I make decisions that support that vision again and again. And that clarity didn't come easily. It came from years of getting it wrong. And just in case you're new here, hi, my name is Tian. I work with high-performing women who look like they are holding everything together on the outside, but feel disconnected from their body, their energy, or themselves on the inside. And I help them rebuild their strength, their energy, and consistency in a way that actually fits the life that they are living, not by pushing harder, but by working with their body instead of against it. And I made another video called How I Reclaim My Strength and Energy When I Thought It Was Impossible. And that video shares my own journey, how I lost connection with my body, and what finally shifted, and why I do what I do today. I'll put the link below if you want to watch that after this one. But for now, let's talk about discipline and why you probably don't need more of it. Let's begin. This is the biggest myth I want to gently challenge today. I just need more discipline. Most people don't need more discipline. They don't need more willpower. And they definitely don't need more time. When I really look at capable, high-functioning people, they are really disciplined. They show up for work, they meet deadlines, they take care of others. And the inconsistency only shows up in certain areas. And that tells me it isn't a discipline problem. This is a decision problem. I want to walk you through 5 quiet decisions that shape where discipline show up in your life and where it disappears. These aren't loud decisions. They are shaped by how you grew up, what you learned was right, and what made you feel worthy. And let's dive in and let me know what lands for you in the comments below. Decision number 1. Who did you learn deserve your energy first? Growing up in an Asian household, there was an unspoken rule. No one sat me down and explained it, but it was really clear. You give, you don't complain, you don't put yourself first. I watched my mom live this every single day. She gave to the family, to the kids, and she gave quietly. And whatever that was left, that was for her. And without realizing that, I absorbed that as the truth. That being good meant giving first and then waiting. So when people tell me they are disciplined at work, but inconsistent with their body and health, I often ask them, who did you learn deserve your best energy first? Because discipline follows who we believe matters most in our life. Decision number 2. What does being responsible mean in your body? For a long time, responsibility meant being capable, being strong, being dependable, and not needing much. Rest felt lazy and recovery felt indulgent. And this wasn't something that I consciously chose. It was modeled. And when your role growing up is the one who can handle it, you don't build discipline around self-care. You build discipline around endurance. And endurance always comes with a cost of your energy and your health. Hey, listen, I appreciate you. And if you're watching this and something I've shared is resonating with you, I want to ask you to do 2 simple things. First, hit the like button because it tells YouTube that this conversation matters, so it can reach more women who feel stuck in their body, their energy, and their consistency and think that they are the problem. And second, subscribe, because on this channel, I'm going to talk about things that most people don't explain clearly. How to build strength without burning yourself out, how to lead your body instead of fighting it, and how to stop relying on willpower and start creating consistency that actually lasts, and how energy, identity, physiology quietly shape the life that you're living. So if you are someone who's tired of trying harder and ready to understand your body and yourself differently, then this channel is for you. So go ahead, like and subscribe. And now back to the video. Decision number 3. Who did you learn you had to be? This one usually lands deeper than people expect. Most people don't struggle with discipline because they are lazy. They struggle because the behavior that they want doesn't match the version of themselves that they are living as for years. And think about who you had to be growing up. Were you the strong one, the responsible one, the one who didn't need much? For me, being good meant being capable, not causing trouble, not asking for too much. So later in life, when I tried to slow down or rest or prioritize my health and body, it doesn't just feel inconvenient. It felt wrong, like I was breaking some invisible rule about who I was allowed to be. And this is the part most people miss. Discipline doesn't feel because you don't care. It feels because your identity is trying to protect you. Discipline doesn't override your identity. It follows your identity. Decision number 4. What are you still negotiating with yourself? This one is very practical. Pay attention to what you negotiate with yourself every single day. You don't negotiate showing up for work. You don't negotiate with deadlines. You don't negotiate commitments to others. But with sleep, with exercising, with eating well, those somehow become optional. And I want to be clear, this doesn't mean you lack discipline. It means those decisions were never fully made. They were left open. And usually because somewhere along the way, you learn that other people's needs are not negotiable. And usually because somewhere along the way, you learn that other people's needs are non-negotiable and yours were flexible. So every day becomes another internal debate, and that constant negotiating is very exhausting. So discipline becomes tiring, not because of the actions, but because of decision fatigue. Decision 5. Does showing up for yourself feel safe? And this last one ties everything together. Many people believe that showing up consistently for self-care means being selfish, that it means disappointing people, letting someone down, or that things will fall apart if they step back, and especially if you grew up being the reliable one. I know that all too well because I am the eldest one in the family and I had to be reliable. But here's what I see again and again. When people don't take care of themselves consistently, they eventually burn out and they become reactive, they crash, and they lost patience. But when someone shows up for self-care consistently, when their body trusts it will be cared for, they become more stable, more present, and more patient. And self-care doesn't make you less reliable. It makes you able to show up for the people that you love again and again. And that is the safety. And I really love to hear from you in the comments. And let me know, what did discipline mean in your household growing up? And where do you notice your discipline showing up automatically, and where does it disappear? And just noticing that will be incredibly freeing. And if this resonates, I want to invite you to my Peak Performance Challenge. We work on energy, identity, and consistency in a way that supports your body, your energy, and not punishes it. And especially for people who learn to give first and wait last. You don't need more discipline. You need permission to include yourself in the life that you're already so committed to building. And thanks for being here. I'll see you in the next video.